Hello, Cherie Hanson here. I am in Victoria for the first time since 2019, and am in a really lovely Airbnb place that took me forever to figure out how to get in the door. I realized how much I've become like a recluse, in a old English town who lives up the mountainside and keeps animals, but nobody knows what kind of animals because they never see me or them. I had difficulty, first of all, finding the place, which meant that I walked around it in a circle for over an hour. And when I did get there, I couldn't work the lockbox. And I'm just thinking how out of it I've been in the last 3 years. There's a lockbox, and I'm like a chimpanzee. I go like, oh. The instructions I'm holding up that I printed out, and it's just driving rain. I'm trying to read the instructions before the words dissolve. And I tried multiple times. Ended up calling the owner, and she pointed out to me one thing that I was missing. And I thought to myself, she must really be puzzled by me. It's just like, oh my God, who is this person that can't operate a lockbox? Well, back down home, we didn't have no such fancy things. And then I got the fob and the key out, and I went to the front of the building, and I can't see because my glasses are covered in rain, and I've got the fob like this, and I'm trying to figure out where you put the fob. I don't know. There's a circle here, so I put it up next to that circle, and there's a circle there, I put it up next to that circle, and then here's a circle, and then I started laughing because that was the end of a drain. And I'm trying to open the door to my room from the end of a drain. And so I phone her again. Oh my God, the woman, by now she's just thinking I'm, something that she's never experienced before. I am having new experiences, so lady, get over it. You're going to have new experiences too. So she said, put it on the box. And I said, box? What box? Because she's assuming that I know what a fob box looks like on this wall of different boxes and all the rest of it. And I came back to the lesson again, like I always do. How my experiences and somebody else's experiences are so different from one another. And when I explain something and I stay firmly in my own point of view, firmly in my own worldview, I'm not going to be able to communicate to them. They're not going to get it. I have to go into their worldview and be in a place where I accept that there are things they've never experienced before. Or if they have experienced them, they've never come to a solution. They've never solved the problem. They don't know how to solve the problem. And so that dropped down as a message right away, is always keep in mind other people have a different planet they're living on, a different experience. And be gentle and be kind and keep going until you just get to a point where you're able to say it or to show them instead of being angry with them. Because she said, don't make me come down there. And I thought, oh my God, it's my mother. Don't make me come down there. And I said, no, I'll keep going till I get it. Then I walked up to a grocery store, and I looked at this pair of red suede high-heeled shoes that were beautiful. And I said to the woman, oh my God, your shoes are lovely. They're so beautiful. She turned around to me. She and her friend were both hookers, and they were both gooned. I don't know what they were gooned on, but whatever it was doing its job. So we talked about shoes, and I reminded her that her cell phone was laying down where I was, and she should probably take it with her. And the thing I got out of it, which was so interesting, was there were 4 of us gathered together in this group, and we were all so different. The girl behind the counter I could only think of as a Amish or Mennonite girl. She was wearing a very, old worldy sweater, and her name was Liberty. And I explained to her that her name was a common name back in the 1700s. It's an ancestral name. And she said, oh, I just always thought I was weird. And I said, no, it's a name that has a lot of power and comes from your ancestors. The 2 women that were shopping, one went over to the Christmas tree display and took off 2 socks that were there and came to the counter and put them down. And here we have Liberty, who wants to help people. She's not used to people. You can tell I've just sympathized so much. I'm going, my God, I feel like that inside. And she wants them to have the socks. She said, oh, that's so nice. Those are so pretty. And she's just, this love is just coming out of her. And then she looks for the tag. There's no tag. And I said, those are from the Christmas tree display. So she calls her boss over, goes and looks. And he said, those are from the Christmas tree display. And I said, but there's some over there. And he goes over to look at the ones that are actually for sale. And the women say, no, that's okay. Now, the reason that's okay is because they can't figure it out enough to know that those are the same socks. It's too much of a challenge. Another lesson, when you get in an overwhelmed state and something is too much of a challenge, you're not even going to take the advice of people who are trying to help you. You're not. You're going to push everything away because you just burrow down like a drill into the confused state and stay there. And that's me, for sure. So they ask if she had put the socks in. And she's, at this point, just you can tell her heart's about to break. Like, oh, I wanted to help you, but you got those socks, and they didn't have any price tags. And then we told you you could have these, but you didn't want them. And now I've packed your groceries, and no, they're not in there. and the thing that was so cool was the manager wanted to help Liberty. Liberty wanted to help the 2 women. One of the 2 women was taking care of the woman in the red high heels. The woman in the red high heels turned to me and said very sweet things, and then they both left. And I thought, that's another fucking beautiful moment. And I look for those. We're all human. We're all screwed up. We're all confused. But we are trying. Thank you so much from Victoria.